But I am going to jump in here and get down to business because meal planning is a huge thing. Something that I think a lot of us struggle with is deciding what to make for dinner. And if you've ever heard the what's for dinner question out of your family, it can be super frustrating, super annoying, but I got you. I actually have a really cool tool for us to use, and we will talk about that in just a little bit. The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to meal planning is the preparation for meal planning. Cleaning out your fridge and your freezer and maybe the pantry is going to be the number one thing that you can do to prep for meal planning. When you're doing this, I want you to take note of anything that you may need to use up. So in my fridge this week, I did my fridge clean out yesterday. I have pasta sauce, turkey, chicken tortilla soup, a pork butt roast, and tomatoes that need to be used. So those are going to be the things that I'm going to be focusing on today when I'm making my meal plan for the week. Tonight, I've already got figured out because it's Monday, and Mondays I try to do a pot pie. Pot pie is one of the favorite things in the house, so that's what we are doing for Mondays for the most part. Last Monday I didn't do pot pie, but I did it on Friday. Organize the fridge and freezer, maybe your pantry. I haven't gotten to the pantry part in my house yet, but if you get everything organized, it's going to be easy to find all of those ingredients. And toss anything that can't be used or is expired. Get it out of the fridge once a week, or if we're meal planning on a 2-week basis, do it once every 2 weeks. Whatever meal planning you work with, do the fridge during that time. Once we have everything cleaned out, it's time to actually start making a quick list of what we actually have, what ingredients are in our fridge, pantry, and freezers. This inventory is going to help a whole bunch with the actual tool that we're going to be using today. So take the time to build this inventory. If you don't have time to build the entire inventory this week, start with one. Maybe start with just the fridge or the pantry or the freezer. Maybe just start with those key ingredients that you want to use. But start building your inventories, because from now until forever, this tool is going to be super duper helpful. So we're going to actually jump into the tool. I am sharing my screen over on Zoom. So for those of you who are not on Zoom, you're going to have to watch the replay to see what I'm doing. But I want you guys to go to supercook.com. And right now, I just set this all up earlier. So right now I've got all of my ingredients over on the left-hand side, and I have them listed from A to Z. You can also list them based on where the ingredients are found in your house. So fridge ingredients, condiments, that kind of thing. Super duper easy to add ingredients. Over on the left-hand side, there's going to be a search bar, and you can just type it in. So let me think of something that I haven't put in here already. I have chocolate covered almonds. Not very many, but there are some in my house. So I just added that to my list of ingredients that I have. And over in the main page, if you're over on Zoom, you'll be able to see that it actually updated to 64,034 recipes that I can make with all of the things that I currently have in my house. It's like crazy. 64,000 recipes available for me to choose from. So I've got all of my ingredients over on the left. I have those key ingredients that I want to use. And one of those, let's see if I can find it here. Control find tomatoes. So I need to use tomatoes. I'm going to hit apply. And with tomatoes and everything else that I currently have in my house, I can make 1,275 recipes. So I can go through and just choose whatever recipes it is that I want to do. This low carb BLT soup, that sounds amazing. So I'm going to heart that just so that I have it for later when I'm actually building everything. Homemade ketchup, never have to buy ketchup again. There's a couple of recipes for that. BLT waffle witch, that sounds really good. But I really want to focus on dinner. So I'm going to go up here to meal type, and I am going to sort my meal type and do main dish. Hit apply. And it brings me down to 42 recipes. It's a little bit more easy to use. I do have some shortcut pasta, so I am going to click on that and hit save changes, and that brings me up to 52 recipes. So you can just scroll through and find a couple of things that sound really good. You know how many of the item that you have. Black bean chili, that sounds really delicious. I definitely would do stuffed peppers this week because I've got some peppers that I just purchased. That stuffed pepper recipe looks really yummy. Bacon and tomato spaghetti carbonara. That sounds interesting. I might try that. And this may also give you guys some ideas of stuff that like maybe you already have a recipe that you want to use. So this all-day miracle meatloaf. I make my meatloaf a specific way. I love my meatloaf. I would make my meatloaf exactly the way that I make it, but I might want to add meatloaf to my meal plan for the week. Let's see if we can find. I can search for pot pie. So if I need a recipe for pot pie tonight, I'm gonna have to get rid of my settings here. I'll keep main dish because it is a thing. So I do have some turkey that I need to use. This Dad's leftover turkey pot pie. I currently have all 13 ingredients. So I'm going to heart that and make sure that it is ready to go on my list of things to do. Ooh, deep dish Cajun chicken pot pie. That would be a new one for us to add. So I might decide to do that instead. And you can see that this tool is just super duper handy for making any type of meal. Up at the top, if we've got key ingredients that you can use, you can also exclude ingredients. So if we're having company for dinner and we know that somebody has an allergy to something, or maybe your kids just really don't like a specific food, so we want to exclude that food from the meal plan, we can exclude an item. You can choose again what kind of dish that you are going to make. So I've got the options of appetizer and snacks, baked goods, breakfast and brunch, dessert, quick and easy meals, lunch, main dishes, oven-free dishes. Those are awesome because those give me a lot of crock pot recipes or instant pot recipes. Salads. I'm supposed to eat at least one big salad a week, so I will definitely be doing a salad. Side dishes, slow cooker meals, soups and stews, and then special like Cajun meals. Then we've got the option of maybe something that's only missing one ingredient. So maybe we know that we want to make something, but we are planning on going to the store. I can click on missing one ingredient, and I'm seeing that I can make a keto chicken pot pie, but I'm missing almond flour. So I could add almond flour to my grocery list. I'm missing carrots for a few of these, oregano for Instant Pot shepherd's pie. This easy leftover turkey pot pie says that I'm missing rotisserie chicken, but I feel like I could make that without rotisserie chicken. So that may be something that I'd be interested in doing. The chicken pot pie with crumbled topping, I'm missing olive oil, but I have extra virgin olive oil. So using the missing ingredient is a good thing to have on there. If you like to have your recipes shown by video, there are video only options. So maybe you want to follow along with a video. We can choose different types of cuisine. I'm going to get rid of Popeye because that's going to limit what we got going on. So I can go to different types of cuisine, and maybe my husband's been really asking for Italian food. So we're going to hit apply, and we're going to pull up 786 Italian options. Eggnog Florentines. That sounds interesting. How to make freaking great meatballs. I gotta save that. So lots of different options on here. We can sort by diet. Let me get out of my email. We can sort by diet. So vegan, vegetarian, lactose-free, gluten-free. My brother's a vegetarian, so if he was coming over for dinner, let's see what I could make for him with what I have in my house. I can make 56,000 items. And then I really do like this max ingredients. So if we're trying to go with something super easy, we can hit this 3 ingredients or less. Or if we're trying to do something that uses up as much as we possibly can, we can try for the 10 or the 20 ingredient options. Rating. So I only want really good food. I'm going to hit that 5-star rating and hit apply. And it brings me down from 63,000 to 12,697 recipes. That just totally changed the ball game. Like, I know that I'm not going to have 50,000 recipes that suck. I'm going to have 12,697 options that people have given 5 stars to time and time again. And then how long it takes to cook. So if you know that your schedule allows you to only make dinner that takes about 15 minutes, I can make 10,000 recipes in 15 minutes. Now, these are not all dinner recipes. I'm seeing pumpkin roll, chocolate pancakes with strawberry syrup, all of those good things. Now, the further that we scroll down, it should show us things that we don't have all of the ingredients for. It's a lot to be scrolling through. Let me try to limit this just a little bit. Let's say rating 5-star, meal type, main dish. 37 recipes and main dish, 5-star, under 15 minutes. So if I keep scrolling, it'll tell me down here that for the spicy honey chicken, I'm missing chicken thighs. Chicken fried rice, I'm missing a scallion. Instant pot pie chicken Alfredo, I'm missing olive oil. Again, you can replace these items with certain things that you may already have. Or we add it to the grocery list. So if I wanted to make this blackened catfish, the only thing I'm missing is the catfish, and I would want to add that to my grocery list. This tool is super duper helpful. Again, it is supercook.com. I have been using this tool for over a decade. I love it. It's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. And it's super easy to add and remove items over on the left. So right here, I have it set to doing it based on where things are. Supercook only assumes that you have salt, pepper, and water. So everything else you have to put in. Right now I have my pantry essentials, vegetables and greens. I don't have any mushrooms in the house, but there's a section for different types of mushrooms. Different fruits, berries, nuts and seeds, cheeses, dairy and eggs, dairy-free and meat substitutes. So if that's something that you have in your house, you can go ahead and click on those. Meats, poultry, fish, seafood and seaweed, herbs and spices, sugar and sweeteners, seasonings and spice blends, baking items, pre-made doughs and wrappers. Now, something with the pre-made stuff, sometimes I will click on it because I can make a biscuit dough, I can make a bread dough. I can make these things in a very short period of time. So sometimes I'll add them on there just so that it shows me items that have those things in them. Different grains and cereals, legumes, pastas. I don't think I put any pastas in when I was looking at pasta earlier. I do a bean pasta. Oh, I did, because I put the gnocchi in there. I do not have mac and cheese, so I need to get rid of that. And then if you're not seeing the item that you want to add in the pre-made list, we can add one in. I'm trying to think of something that I bought yesterday when we went to the grocery store. Let me grab my receipt. Because this will make it easy. Let's see. Did Alfredo sauce? Oh, that's already on there. I'm just gonna throw the Raisin Bran on because I know that wasn't under cereals. So I just added Raisin Bran, which popped up as breakfast cereal. It'll put it as however works best for the system to do it. And again, this is my favorite tool. So I definitely wanted to share that with you guys. After you've decided which meals it is that you want to make, hearted all of your favorites, go ahead and write them down, see which ones work in your family's meal plan. Again, this works whether you want to meal plan just dinners or you want to meal plan breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. However you want to meal plan, this website is going to make it easy for you to do. Create your grocery list from there. You can easily create your grocery list right here on Supercook. Do it from A to Z. Or up in the little left-hand corner, you'll see that there's 3 squares and an ad, and then there's also the list. So you can click on the little shopping cart and we can add something to our grocery list. That way we know what we need. Super easy, or, you know, my favorite thing, pen and paper. Just write it down. Flexibility in our meal plan is going to be super important. So I don't like to meal plan based on the day of the week. I like to meal plan with what I'm doing for the week. So if I know that I want to make pot pie, I can have that in my meal plan for the week. But if I don't get around to making it on Monday, I can substitute it with something that may be easier or less time consuming on my meal plan. That way I have a little bit of a variety, but I also have the opportunity to say, okay, I'm not in the mood for that today, or that's just not going to work with my schedule today, and still make something that I'm using all of the ingredients in my house for. Freezer meal prepping is another thing that I'm trying to get really into right now, especially as we prepare for postpartum. I've got quite a few things in the freezer, a couple green bean casseroles, a meatloaf, a shepherd's pie. The shepherd's pie just needs to have the mashed potatoes made. And I'm putting all of those ingredients together and putting them in my freezer to stock my freezer for postpartum. Canning is another good way to do that if you are into canning. I'm just getting into canning, so it's something that I'm very passionate about right now. And I've been working really hard to get some things canned up, some soups, all of my turkey broth, things like that are going to make life really easy for us once this baby comes in March. And finally, we want to focus on seasonal eating. Buying things out of season, fruits and vegetables, a lot more expensive, and they're not going to be as good. I've got tomatoes in the house right now because that's kind of a staple, but they're out of season. They are not as ripe as they would be if I was getting them in season. They're not as large as they would be if I was getting them in season. And that's another key thing to think about, is the size of the fruit and vegetable that you're getting based on the fact that it's not in season. I am growing some things out in the garden, so those things are obviously in season right now and easy to go use whenever I want to. I want to finish this up with just a couple of announcements. I've got an email list for you guys to get onto, and every Sunday, I was going to say Monday, but it's Sunday, I'm sending out an email on Sunday so that you guys know what's going on I'm going to stop sharing real quick. So that you guys know what's going on in the world of this Wonderland life. And I can actually go over a few things with you for this week. Obviously, we have our live. Now, I did write a blog post about these things for you guys as well. So if you are one of those people who would much rather read about it instead of listen to it, I hear you. I like to read. I read pretty fast. So that was today. And like I said, I've got that meal planning blog post out. Tomorrow, I'm doing a blog post every day of the week, except for the weekends. But tomorrow we are doing the ultimate guide for women on how to start prepping for disasters, because the world's a little crazy. And where I live, it's time to start prepping for hurricane season. It doesn't start until May. But if we start doing those preps now, we'll be ready for hurricane season in May. Wednesday, we are going to be chatting about embracing tradition and how to become a more traditional wife. I think it's really important that women who choose to be a traditional wife have everything that they need at their fingertips to do a really good job at it. On Thursday, I've got 5 self-care strategies for modern women in traditional marriages coming out. If you're not in a traditional marriage yet, or maybe that's not something you aspire to, these self-care strategies are still going to help you. And on Friday, we're going to talk about housewives. Is it a lifestyle choice or a thing of the past? I think you know where I stand on this, but it's a really good blog post, so definitely take a look at those. I'm also sending out a weekly recipe. So this week's recipe was taco pot pie. Super delicious. It's one of the favorites in my house. It's probably the pot pie that I'll be making tonight because, like I said, it's one of the favorites in my house. But that recipe is in the email as well. So hop on over to my website. I'll leave a link for you to sign up for those emails. And we'll see you on next Wednesday, not this coming up Wednesday, next Wednesday when we have our next live.